Hey you guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Helene Honey. If it's your first time here, welcome. Ever since we've been little girls, we've been told that our purpose on earth is to become wives and mothers, and that we were formed from Adam's rib, like we're the helper to the man. And we've been watching fairy tales since we were little, dreaming and thinking that our purpose on earth is to find a husband, be in a relationship, feel love, be in love. And although that is beautiful when it's a healthy relationship for you, I want to share today why being in your single era is not a bad thing. And I feel like it's important to talk about this because there's so much dating advice, and again, like we as women have been programmed to be constantly searching for a man and feeling like our value is in our relationship. Like if we have a guy, a man, then we're valuable. And being single is frowned upon. And a lot of men think that that's all women desire, that's all they're good for. They assume that women need a man to be happy and a relationship to have a fulfilling, satisfying life, and that is not true. And I'm going to share with you why being in your single era serves you as an individual so much. Namaste. No, because namaste. The divine in me recognizes the divine in you. So woman, man, whomever, you do need a man to procreate. You need a man, to have sex. And if he's a good man, by all means, but we deserve to have a single era to find out who we are, what we truly desire in a relationship, and what we are truly deserving of. So being in your single era is not a bad thing, and I want you to embrace it. You guys, I'm in my mid-30s, and I've just been from one relationship to another, to another, to another. Now, if you've been on my channel, then you know that I was celibate for 4 years. Okay, so you would think that in that time I was single, but the truth of the matter is that I was still involved in a connection. And so it hasn't been until recently that I've just been truly putting the focus on myself. I have a daughter, and I've always been in relationships. So my attention, my focus has always been outward, like to take care of. I'm the oldest sister, oldest cousin, and it's time for me. Like it's me time. And if you're in your single era, I just want to encourage you, because it's not about rushing into a relationship or longing for one constantly. You're whole and complete on your own. That's why I told you namaste. The divine is within you and within all of us. And so you're whole and you're complete. You have masculine energy within you, even if you're a woman. Men have feminine energy. So it's about balancing the energy within you and connecting to the divine, connecting to God, and sourcing love from God, from within, and filling your own cup with self-love. And it's not about being against relationships, but it's also about not settling for just anything that enters your life. You don't have to be in a relationship to be happy, and there's so many ways that being single can serve you, but it's so tempting. Like even me, like I moved out here to focus on myself. I feel like that's in my spiritual journey. I became celibate and I quit weed. Like I've grown a lot in these last 4 years for the better, but I don't think I haven't really been single. So now I'm truly entering my single era, and I want to embrace it. My soul is craving it, and nothing happens by accident. So if you're single, be still and try to see why God has you single right now. And we don't want to be rushing or feel like we're missing or lacking. It's your chance to go within. It's your chance to heal, and it's your chance to discover more about yourself. And let me tell you right now, if you're a woman watching my channel, I am never going to advise you to look for a sugar daddy. And look for some man to take care of you financially. You know, look for a rich guy or a so-called high value man. Like, any man who's calling himself a high value man, like, red flag for one. Okay, so I'm gonna encourage you to be sovereign. Ladies, straight up, like, if you're getting your money from a man, then in a sense you're his servant. You're making him your master, and he's giving you an allowance. You have to ask for money like a little kid, and he's paying for your life. It's ridiculous. Now, there's nothing wrong with having a provider. We do want a man who has money as far as an income and can take you out and take care of you. That's fine, but you shouldn't be completely relying on a man financially. Like, that's absolutely insane, because we're in 2025. Do you know how hard women have had to work to become sovereign on this planet? So people have marched and fought, you know, for equal rights, and so you're able to earn money. It doesn't mean you have to work 80 hours or whatever, 40 hours a week. You don't have to do it that way, but you make sure you are getting money, honey. Okay. Affirm, money is sticking to me like honey. All the money I circulate comes back to me multiplied. Have a relationship with money, a good one. And we want to work on our mindset, because religion has taught us money is evil and bad, yet the church passes around that, you know, basket for money. So they know it's not bad, but they want you to have a poverty mindset. So we have to break that and be in our power and know our worth, like that we're deserving, and we don't have to put our hand out to a man to say, please give me an allowance, like, daddy. Like, what is, as a girl, it's like a bit embarrassing in my opinion. But you know, and then men who get mad, oh, you're an independent woman. It's like, well, do you want me to be dependent on you? And so, you know, and these men who were like, there's a lot, like, there's a certain psyche of men, and I've seen it, like, I've seen the content out there of the mindset where it's like, okay, yeah, I'm taking care of this woman financially, you know, but what is the trade-off, right? So the trade-off is she has to shut her mouth, he gets to cheat on her, he gets to disrespect her, and he honestly doesn't see her as a partner. He just sees her as a concubine or someone who is at his beck and call. So it's up to you. Make sure that if any man's calling himself high value, look at his integrity, his morals, what is really within his mindset. Is he coming from a loving, healed place? Or is he just coming from an arrogant, disrespectful, misogynistic place? Okay, so be careful. I have to speak on I had to share this with you ladies, because don't fall into traps. You know, like, at the end of our life, we get to face the divine, and you're going to be accountable for the decisions you've made, your intentions. You know, everything's in the light. So what's in your heart? What are your intentions? What are your, you know, where is your mind at? Where is your heart at? And I just want to encourage you that you're sovereign, which means you're free and you're capable, and you being independent is a beautiful thing. Now, when you are independent, you're beginning to know yourself on a deep level. Take care of yourself, because you have you. Like, you're relying on yourself, and you get to discover what real love is. Like, you're starting to practice it for yourself. Not to say you can't do this in a relationship, but if you're healing and I would say, like, everyone on earth needs to heal. It depends how conscious you are. Are you moving from your ego? Because your ego is going to tell you you're perfect, but your spirit, what have you been through? The world itself is extremely traumatic and crazy, right? And so we have to be aware of what within us might need to heal before getting into a relationship, because so many relationships, it's like you're just, two people are playing out their trauma on each other, and it's very harmful. And so you want to be coming from a clean, pure place. Not to say we'll ever reach perfection, but being single, that's what you get a chance to do. And you get to take care of your mental health, your, finances, get them in order, heal your mindset, have a good relationship with yourself, work on your health. You guys know I'm doing the 90-day challenge update coming soon. And losing weight or, becoming comfortable in your own skin. When you're in a relationship, if you're relying on a relationship to feed you with love, I mean, like I said, if someone hasn't healed, they could be saying who knows what. Like I've been told crazy things in relationships. People project, and you don't have to just source your love from someone else. You can source it from within. What do you think about yourself? What do you think about your beauty, your intellect? What do you want to do on this earth? You're allowed to, and you want to work on believing in yourself because you're the foundation of love in your life. You entered this world alone. You're going to go alone. The relationships we have while we're on earth, just make sure they're conducive to your health, to your happiness, and that they're based in love. Okay, so being in your single era is not a bad thing. It's like very healthy. It's very necessary. And it took me to my 30s to even have a chance to, right? Because like I had my first boyfriend around 18 years old. And then it just was like one relationship to another, to another, to another. Had a baby. And then it's like it took me to my 30s. And like I said, even being celibate, then still being like connected and dealing with someone else. And so when I say being single, I mean like no soul ties, no relationship, no situationship, no, if you're like focused on a certain person every single day, that doesn't count as being single. If, you're hooking up sneaky links, that's not single. I mean like completely alone. And why is that so scary for so many people, especially women? Because we've been told and taught that our worth is in a relationship and we're seeking love outside of ourselves. And we were made to love, but you can love yourself and you can have other relationships in your life that are not pulling at your heart so that you can heal your heart. Being in your single era is not so bad because you have a chance to heal yourself. I want you to look at your past relationships and write down why they ended. Just like 1 or 2 sentences. Why did they end? Then see, okay, what did they do wrong? What did you do wrong? And then if you do this for all of your relationships, you are going to discover if there's any patterns, and most likely they are. Okay, so I'm giving you guys an example of how you can heal yourself, and you want to observe the patterns. Just self-awareness is just the first step of healing, right? So what patterns have been present in your past relationships, because you're in your single era right now, right? So we have a chance to heal. Okay, so, and if you're going through it, like if you're currently going through a breakup, I'm just sending you lots of love and lots of healing energy, and just know that you will get through it. Don't even trip. Don't even think about the long term. Just focus on today so that you can fully release any negative feelings and make room for peace. So it's going to be okay. You're going to need time to heal. Like if you're going through a breakup, when you're single, you're healing from not just relationships, but things that have happened in your past, in your childhood, growing up, or even generational lines before you, guys. Because when we're born into this world, we're taught like from our parents, from our family, society, and there's been generational trauma, generational ideas. It's up to us if we want to break harmful cycles that came before us. Tradition is not always your friend. Just because the world is telling you things should be a certain way, do you actually agree with that? For example, letting men run amok and feeling like as a woman, well, we're strong, we should just deal with it, especially if he's a provider, for example, or, I want my kids to have their father in the home, so I'm going to just deal with it. And we don't have to do that. So when you're in your single era, look at patterns, mindsets that your family has been carrying, that you might have had, that you've been taught. See if you actually agree with it. Did it serve you or not? Probably not, because we're single, right? And so it's okay. Like, it's your chance to decide what you really want and what you're deserving of. And I know so many women, like I can't even name a woman that I know personally in my life that doesn't give her everything, her whole heart and soul in a relationship. We're wired to love. We're the nurturers, unconditional love, especially when you're tapped into your heart space. If you have, if you're on a spiritual path, you understand and recognize the importance of love, which is really everything. And you're willing to give that in a relationship. But don't give that away if that man is not treating you properly, and if you're not, if it's not adding to your life. This is why your single era is a blessing, okay? Because we get to come from an intentional place, a conscious place. We're not going to just be with someone so that we're not alone. We're not going to just be with a guy because he said we're beautiful. We want to raise our standards and know what they are and hold to them because, okay, it's so funny. The universe will send people into your life. Like, let's say you have a certain moral or standard for your life. Someone might enter your life that completely shatters that perspective. Okay, are you going to bend and mold for this person, or are you going to hold to your inner truths? And that's why we want to be connected to our inner truths and make sure we're coming from a healed, healthy place, like a healthy mindset. I love talking about healthy relationships on this channel because we need to learn about them. We don't want to model just whatever is around us because it might be toxic. And so hold out for the right person, whether this means a celibacy journey or just like spending some time within. Don't ever be afraid of being alone. It's not going to be forever. You know, women, we're beautiful creatures. We can go outside and, you know, put on some lip gloss and bat our eyes and be really friendly and get a date. That's how it works being a woman. So instead of doing that, like, just be okay being alone for a little while so that you can work on yourself and decide, like, get a date with who, right? So, because we have options out here, and that's okay. You want to know and decide what kind of guy you want, and you won't know this until you know who you really are, which is what being single is about. So instead of like getting too wrapped up in like, who's my next man, who's my next boyfriend, who's my husband, it's like, just spend some time with you. Do you feel good by yourself? Why or why not? What patterns has led to a breakup in the past? Okay. How can you move differently going forward? What will you accept going forward? Your tolerance, right? Your self-respect, your self-love, and knowing your value. I want you to be selfish with your energy. Be selfish with your body. Be selfish with your attention, with your heart. And this does not mean that you think you're better than other people, but this is how you protect yourself because you're valuable and you're worth so much. Before you give your heart, your body, like, make sure he's a decent guy. And you know, this doesn't just mean he's on his best behavior for a few dates, but really take your time to get to know someone. But that's when you're moving into dating. So this video is not about dating. This video is about being single is not a bad thing. So don't let society pressure you, and don't be in a rush. And don't feel like if you're not in a relationship, there's something wrong with you. No, you're actually taking some time for self-discovery, healing, generating love from within, being in your feminine energy, peaceful, connecting with the divine. And it's beautiful because you'll have everything that you need and more when you're staying true to yourself and you have a spiritual relationship with the divine, with God. You're on a spiritual path. Like, of course your needs will be met. But you want to give yourself space to grow, which sometimes feels uncomfortable. That's what I'm saying. Like, if you're alone and you're feeling those uncomfortable feelings, that's a good sign because growth feels uncomfortable. It's not about just like being so strong through it. It's about allowing yourself to be soft too. Feeling into your wholeness. And it's kind of like, how can I say this? It's kind of like if you were given a job offer, right? And this job is like, okay, I'm going to pay you $60K a year, but we want you to start tomorrow. Do you want to take that job offer? Or what if you know that there's a job that is coming in 2 years that's going to offer you $250,000? Like, are you willing to hold out for that second job? So in essence, yeah, it's about not settling, but this is not about guys, like guys not being good enough for us. That's not really what it's about. It's about you taking time intentionally to cultivate an inner world that is healed and full of love. It's like your goddess energy, you rising up and you knowing who you are, discovering it. Like, it takes time. And we're not going to be able to focus on ourselves if we're distracted by a relationship. So this is why being single, it can be a beautiful thing. Give yourself time to focus on you. Okay, 2 more reasons why being in your single era is not such a bad thing. Okay, this one's pretty obvious, but it's definitely a plus. You don't have to deal with anyone else's BS. And so we should all be healing, men and women. Men have a lot of trauma too, like generational trauma. All people do. It's about whether they're willing to recognize it or not and work on our self-worth. Like, a lot of men might feel disposable in today's society because they were ushered off into war. And, this is a generational thing. So, or if you have color on your skin, like, there's traumatic events on earth. So when someone, man or woman, hasn't healed and they enter a relationship, they're bringing all their BS with them. So, like, a benefit of being single is you don't have to deal with their drama. You don't have to deal with their trauma. You don't have to deal with their shenanigans, right? Not to say it's always all bad, but you just don't have to, like, focus on them again, because a relationship takes work and effort and energy, time, dedication, and you're going to the events they want you to go to, right? You're getting to know their family. You're spending time, money on them too, right? Taking care, because it's a whole thing. Like, it changes your life, relationship. So, like, a positive is, like, you get to just focus in on you. And the last thing of, like, why being single is not such a bad thing is because you get to have freedom. And this is probably my most favorite thing. We have so many responsibilities in life. And so when you're single, you get to just be free. Like, you don't have to worry about this other person's mental health. You don't have to worry about if they are, treating you right. You don't have to, their birthday's coming up, what am I going to buy them? Like, no. Right. Their drama with their coworkers at work. Like, you get to just be free. And yeah, be selfish. It's okay. It doesn't, it's up to you. And if you want to be single for the rest of your life, that is also up to you. If you want to have a few different boyfriends, it's up to you, whatever. But again, that's in the realm of dating. And I'm talking about just being single. Get to have freedom. Okay, so look like a mess if you want to. Who's going to judge you? No one. Wash the dishes when you feel like it. Who's going to judge you? No one. Cook dinner or have, like, that individual salad, like, you just buy it and throw it all in the bowl. Okay, crunch and watch Dance Moms or whatever it is, a cooking show, Gordon Ramsay, whatever. Romantic movies and Pride and Prejudice, which I'm going to watch that again. It's so good, amazing. And have some popcorn and just work out when you feel like it, right? Lose weight at your own pace. You don't have anyone to impress. Like, you get to just be yourself. Like, you get to just be free, okay? Go to the mall when you want to. Do your makeup if you want to. If you don't, like, you get to be free. Like, this is beautiful. And, guys, love and all that. First of all, love is a frequency, baby. Love is a frequency. So you can feel love at any time. Like, you can feel love. Like, think about if you're taking a walk or a run and you see, like, a little super cute puppy running the opposite way of you, right? With their owner, and then no, but you see a puppy coming the opposite way. That might instantly tap you into the vibration of love. Like, your eyes might light up and your heart's filled with joy because it's so cute, right? And so that's what love is. It's not just, like, through a romantic partner when they're treating you right. Like, no, and we don't have to, it's not secluded to that. It's how you feel when you've accomplished a goal. It's how you feel when your child gives you a hug. How you feel when you wake up in the morning to a new day, or how you feel when the sun hits your face. So you feel the warmth, right? You do something exciting to you. You are just like, you get a whole bunch of money and go on a shopping spree, like a massage. What is that called? Climaxing, right? Wait, Does that always require somebody? I don't know. I'll link some videos down below, but I'm just saying, love is a frequency that you can tap into, and so you're free. You're free to discover what makes you happy on earth besides a guy, able to give love to yourself, attention to yourself, healing energy to you. You deserve the love that you so freely give away. And these are reasons why you should embrace being in your single era. And so I'm making this video for me and for you guys. I'm actually excited because, see, nothing is ever happening by accident. The universe is very much alive and running the show. So when you're single, there's a reason why. Are you going to embrace it, or are you going to sulk? Are you going to be focused on the future, or are you going to be focused on the now? There's a reason why you're single, and it doesn't mean there's something wrong with you. So don't let society shame you or confuse you. Embrace this time because it's so beautiful. And beware that a relationship might be right around the corner. There's a time for everything. There's a time to give of yourself, but there's also a time to receive. And so embrace being single. I'm sending you so much love, so much power, so much healing on your journey. Take care of yourself, and I'll see you in my next video.